Here, I got the trimmers, some scissors. We're gonna see which one because these are getting thicker. So this is what I usually use. I get these from Amazon. They come in like a 4 or 5 pack. They are razor sharp and they work excellent for topping. Um, Now a little bit smaller of a blade, so if I run into some issues, I can always break out the old handy kitchen shears. Uh, well, these things work good too. So bear with me. This is my first live video from a mobile device. I'm hoping it comes out all right because I've had issues when I do Facebook Live from the phone and off of the Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is. I'm not that far away from my router, but hoping that this video comes out good because I really wanted. I was just going to upload a video. Instead, I decided to go live because I wanted to give you guys a little more time, let you see a little bit longer of the process. So let's push you aside. Well, no, we'll talk about you first. Here is a plant that I have not topped. As you can see, it just has one stalk. Okay. But I want you to look at it in comparison. Let me see if I can move this back a little bit. There we go. Because we are live and it just zooms in. So take a look at that plant compared to this plant. It won't even fit in the frame how big it is. This was topped. This plant was topped a month ago. So was this one. So look at the size and the height of this compared to this. So today what we're going to be doing, and there's really no videos on this on YouTube, is we're going to be double topping these plants. So we're going to top them again. But I'm also going to just top this one for the people that are tuning in that have not just seen, me top plants. You can go back and watch my other videos, but I have saved a couple plants that I haven't topped for experiments to show people how to do it. So I can now do these two videos together. So let's start from step one, topping your pepper plants. You haven't topped them yet. You want to get them strong. You want them to be bushy. Yeah, you don't want them to potentially fall over. Another thing is this, getting buds. Yeah, say for instance, you start seeing buds. You don't want those. Instead of picking all of them off all the plants, just top it. This is going to give you see the results behind you. Look at this. Look at this one. This is a white knight that I topped 4 weeks ago today. Look at the bushiness. I mean, you guys can't even see it. It's. Let me try to pull this up. Look at that. Look at all those shoots and extra growth. That's a white knight, which is actually it's a cross between a white boot and a Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. I got these seeds from Jimmy Pickles. They are isolated seeds, so I will get a white knight and not some crazy cross. But we're going to start out with this bad boy. And all I do is I just look at the stem and I say, look, I got the nodes are still pretty close together. And with this, I could go down to here if I wanted to. And I did with these. I went real low. This plant's it's a little bit established. I actually will. I'll go right down to here. So you guys, hopefully you can see. There you go. I'm just going to cut it like that. Cut the whole canopy off. Look. A lot of people are like, man, that's a lot. That's extreme, Uncle Boco. Yeah, I'll show you extreme. Look at what my plants look like. Just throw that out. Throw it in your compost bin, whatever. Now that's what I got. A little 2.5, 3-inch stub with these leaves. But check this out. See all this undergrowth here? That's trying to grow out and create new shoots. And it's never going to with all of this in the way. So I'm going to cut off some of these leaves now because I don't need them. I do leave a couple of the big leaves though, so that it photosynthesizes good. Look at how beautiful that is. Now that all of this undergrowth is it's just gonna massive. We're gonna just get massive shoots off of that, and this plant will end up looking like these. So this is double topping. This is going to be a little bit different. I've done this with plants outdoors before, pruned them, but I've never done it at this phase inside. So I'm just going to go in, and first thing I'm going to do is just start cutting off some canopies, I would call them, but the whole top would be a canopy. But this is basically like that, but instead of one stalk with one of these, there's like 5 or 6 of these. So I'm going to go in. I'm actually going to cut these big stalks right off. Look. I'm going to trim this thing back so it gets more light to the areas that it needs to. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna get back to pruning this plant back. It's just so massive, but this is all right that I'm doing this. Some of it I'm just gonna get rid of some of the leaves to try to see the branches better. I'm actually trimming this one back quite a bit. For one, I'm not going outside with these plants for another 3 to 4 weeks, and so there's no need for me to have them this big. I actually am going to run out of space if I do that. For two, as you can see, many of them are starting to get buds on them, and they may get buds again in 3 to 4 weeks, especially since they're just so massive. The roots are not root bound yet, but they may get that way. As you can see, let's show you the bottom. You guys don't, you see a couple little, see a couple little pieces of root trying to stick through. But if it was root bound, you would see just roots hanging out of the bottom, or each hole would be just white with roots. So I'm going to get in here, and I want to trim some of this middle growth off, because I need light to get to the middle of this plant, and it's just not going to be able to do so. So I'm just going to go in. Basically what I've done here is pruned these stalks. So they're all new growth stalks, but they're the same as this one I just topped. That's all it had, was one main stalk. Okay. So this had 4 or 5 that are growing out of here. You see them. All right. And what this will try to do is this thing will actually try to create more than it's even has now. But I'm going to prune it somewhat semi-aggressively. I want to get rid of enough growth here. Yeah, this can come right off. This whole end. See, take that right off. And you want to be careful after you're done doing this. You do not want to soak these with water, because they don't have as much leaves. They're not going to be using as much. So be careful how much water you actually give them. And I'm just going and pruning some of these leaves off. Let's see here. And I'm not trying to bonsai this or anything like that. I'm just going in and cleaning out some of this. You guys seen how big this plant was a couple minutes ago. Look at it now. Let's see. A couple more leaves, and I'm going to be good with this one. I'm not going to do much more with it, because I do want to make sure it has enough leaves to soak up the water. If it gets out of hand in the next 2 weeks, I can always just trim some leaves off. That's that. Be done with it, All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this one at. Look at that. Not going to cut off much more leaves. If I see one in the way, see this one right here. I see one in the way that's just kind of like just not there for no reason. So there's double topped. The plant was topped 1 month ago. Now I just trimmed it down again. and it just looks scraggly. You guys are like, oh my God, you destroyed that beautiful plant. No, I didn't destroy it, because it looked like this a month ago. Okay. So this one is a freshly topped plant. The thing's all, that's less than 3 inches stub. You know what? It's going to grow out like a monster. I'm not going to have to stake these plants. I'm not going to have to worry about disease. Now this is the one that I topped on the video you guys watched. I topped a couple, but this one is the one you guys watched. This is the lemon ghostly jalapeno. Also got these seeds from Jimmy Pickles. This thing here, I topped it way down here, and it grew 5 main stalks. So this is cut off. That's where I topped it. So there's no main stalk. These are the main stalks now. This thing is just ridiculous. It's starting to flower. You guys see that, the bud? Yeah, we don't want that. I'm not going outside for 3 to 4 more weeks. 3 weeks. I'll actually start bringing them outside, kind of hardening them, but basically 4 weeks before I get in the ground. Cut the whole top off. Just pretend you're topping each one of these, okay, is a stalk. So just like this was a stalk. Topped it. Top the stalks. You can go even further if you'd like. You can go further down, but I'm cutting that off. All those buds and those flowers, we don't want that. Because guess what's going to happen? This thing, as soon as I put it outside, it's going to have flowers, and it's going to be putting all of its energy there, and it's not going to put any energy in trying to get. Now I've just cut these down. Now I haven't gone too aggressive with this. You guys see it still looks pretty big. You see, I topped every one of the shoots though. Now I'm just going in and kind of cutting leaves off, so that light can get down to the bottom, because you're gonna get more new growth. This thing here, off of these shoots, you can see that node right there, my finger is, that's going to grow another stalk out, or that one of the two. And this thing is just going to be it's just going to be a bush. That's exactly what it's going to be. This plant is doing so good. I'm so impressed with this. So you want to try to I want light to get down here where this new growth is. So what I'm doing is just getting rid of some of the leaves that are getting in the way. You could pinch them off too. I just pinched one off. I don't like pinching them in case my hands have something dirty on it. I like using these. These are on Amazon. They're dirt cheap, but they are razor sharp. They just have a little spring in them, so they just spring back. They're beautiful. They work good. They make clean cuts, and I've never had any kind of rot or anything from after doing it. So that's that one. So I topped each one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 stalks that came out of this after I topped it. I just topped each one of them. Now I may decide to go a little bit lower. But I don't want to cut off too many nodes. But yeah, I think that's about good right there. That plant's definitely has enough leaves to where it can really take on the light, and it'll suck up a decent amount of water. But you do want to be careful. I like to use a spray bottle. There's a lot of water, but I like to use a spray bottle after I'm done topping and just give them a little water on the top. Sometimes I miss them a little bit where I topped them. I don't know. It just works good. I know I don't soak them. I don't saturate them with water afterwards. Look at this plant. What am I going to do with you? So this is the Orion. I showed this in the first video when I was about to top this plant, and it was just one stem. It had no shoots at all. And so here, this is crazy, guys. Look, there is where I topped it. I topped it right above this node. This plant was just a stalk, and it was way skinnier than this. I topped it there. These weren't there. I topped this plant right there. That grew back, which is very uncommon. Usually that wherever you top it, it won't grow back. That actually regenerate and grow back. And now I got another stalk here and another stalk here. This is insane. So this is an Orion. That is a cross between a holy cow, why do I forget this one? Was it a bubblegum? No, I'm sorry. Fatality Gourmet Jigsaw Yellow crossed. Fatality Gourmet Jigsaw crossed with a big red mama crossed with a Yaki Blue Fawn. This is one from Rocco Maltese out of Italy. So, yeah, Orion. Look at that. It's got some nice purple foliage on it. This is going to be a little bit different because I don't see, because of this, it's put so much energy in these stalks so big. I don't see a lot coming from down here. This is just not, it's not just not going to happen. But with this one, what I'm going to do is just kind of take it. I'm still going to top it, each stalk. This is just like, look at, okay. It's just like I just topped this plant, like bam. It's just like I just topped the plant. But there's 3 stalks, okay? So I'm actually cutting all 3 of them off. Let's see here. Where are you? And I'll be honest, this one hurts. This one's not flowering yet, but it's just getting too big, and I just need to get it under control. So, yeah, this hurts topping this one. I really wasn't planning on it. I just wanted to keep this one the way it was because it looked so cool the way it regenerated that stalk and then grew 2 more. So I'm going to go in and get rid of some of the leaves. I don't have to get rid of too many leaves with this one because it's not compacted like the other ones. This plant is actually, it's in really good shape the way it is. So I'm not going to do much more. I topped all 3 of the main stalks. Now it's a little bit shorter. It's going to, some of these nodes, it's so funny with this Orion, you can't see little green dots or nothing like you see with the other plants. You just don't see them, but they're there. When you top it, they'll grow new growth. So this will probably have, since it has 3 stalks already, it'll probably get another stalk or 2. It's going to have at least 5 main stalks. It's going to be just a beast. Trust me on that one. All right, let me get a sip of my coffee here. What do we got here? Oh, this is a massive, look at this plant. Guys, look at the size of it. It's hard to, you can't even see it like, compared to my hand. There's my hand down there. This thing is humongous. This is a purple orange reaper. Another isolated seed I got from Jimmy Pickles. His germination rates are through the roof. So with this one, yeah, it's starting to flower. We don't want that. So I'm going to be aggressive with this one too. It's big. This is just taking, most people just flip out. Look at that. That's like a whole pepper plant right there. People see that thing and be like, that's a beautiful thick pepper plant. And no, that's something I don't need right now. All right, so we got 3 stalks in this one. Yeah, you guys can see if I peel that back. See the buds, see how it's flowering. Yeah, we ain't ready for flowers yet. And I'm sure it's going to flower again when I put it outside. I'm going to have to go in and, let's see here. Oh, this one I'm going to have to take a little bit of these middle leaves off. The middle leaves is, you're trying to get light down in there where there's any new shoots. So the side leaves is ones that stick way out. Hey, those aren't an issue. A lot of times those are what helps out. And then you clear the middle out a little bit. See how now the light can shine down in here? Yeah, I can get rid of a little bit more. Look at that. This leaf's got cinnamon on it. That's cinnamon from when I was trying to take care of fungus gnats, because no matter how good you are, you're going to get fungus gnats. It's just that simple. I don't have them bad. Trust me. I keep them down. I put cinnamon on the top of the plant. Not the top of the plant, the top of the dirt. It helps a little bit. I put a little bit in the soil when I transplant. And then I also I have the little sticky traps, and they just go right for those things. They just kamikaze dive right into them. But you're still going to have fungus gnats. I don't care. And as you guys can see, I don't know if you can see, Mrs. Bullcow has, you can't see that. You can see the tip of the leaf. I don't want to break the plant, but this is a freaking 3 foot plant on the. She has exotic plants, and so yeah, even when I'm done with pepper season and all these plants go outside, there's going to be fungus gnats in the house, but they're not that bad, and honestly, they don't do much damage, if any, to the plants. People get freaked out about them. Let me grab another one here, so I can show you guys. I guess we'll do one more regular topping, okay? Since I'm probably not going to do any more videos on this whole subject. Here's a Primatali. That plant is another seeds I got from Jimmy Pickles, isolated, so I know I'm going to get a Primatali. So this one has not been topped. But you guys look at how how small they are, and just, compared to the top plants. I mean, look, let's side by side these two. Probably not even able to see the top of this one. No, you can't, because the camera's not that big. Look at this. Look at, that's a top plant. That's not. Massive, okay? So I'm glad I saved some that I didn't top, because I wanted to, I wanted to use, I'm topping everything in mine. Now I did film some. I do not like the results of it. Let me grab a film plant. Let me see. All right. This was a femmed one. I still got, let me take this big leaf off. So I got this huge leaf from the first growth that I just left on there because I was being lazy. But this is the femmed plant. Most of them look like this. They're bushy, they're getting there, but I had to cut the top off because where I femmed it, that grew back and covered all of this growth, so this growth wasn't getting light. So I'm not completely sold on femming. I just think it's just better to top. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Go down, 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 down. Oh. All right, I'm not going to go as far down as I did with that other one, because that other one has a lot of bottom growth. So yeah, I cut the whole top off like it's nothing. Then I'm going to go in and take off some of these leaves, so all this nice new growth that's going to shoot out can get light. And you don't need to leave much. Well, that leaf is actually over top of this one. I'll cut that one off. There you go. That's it. That's all you need to leave. You top a plant. Look at that. People are like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you get nice, big, huge plants, guys. This is a femmed one right here. So he looks kind of weird. This is a why not. See how this doesn't look as good as the other plants? It's just crazy looking. It's still got the Y up here. Why not? So this is from femming. This is why I don't like it. I still got the regular Y, and the undergrowth is like starving. Any new shoots to try to branch out is starving because it's getting covered by this canopy. So this is my only why not plant. I really don't want to lose this or have anything happen to this thing. But now it's budding. I mean, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to top this why not plant. Get rid of all. I'm getting rid of this whole thing. I'm basically just, it's almost like I filmed it for no reason. Okay. And I'm going to leave some of the, let's see. I'll just pluck a couple leaves out randomly. All right. This is a femmed plant. I don't like it. I don't like the results. I'm sorry. Now I talked to some people. This is femming's new to me. They said, yeah, you fem it. What's femming is you're just taking this top growth, taking like the top growth and you're pinching it and you're cutting it right there. You're cutting it, just leaving a little bit of the stem left, like the little stems from the. So basically it's like this. They're saying fem it, and then when that grows back, just cut it down again. And I'm like, well, what's the sense of that, man? If I just top it, I'm having results like this. So, but I've seen people on YouTube that have filmed and had excellent results, as good, just as good as me topping, um, or uh, almost as good. So I'll be honest, most of them, I think that my topping method is going good. Now I've seen a couple videos by Kingstar where he filmed, he was growing in hydroponics indoors, and his filming did work out good. But I believe he did trim. He had to trim also because, like you see, this is why I don't like filming as much because this plant was filmed. Yeah, see, and I just took those off, but this plant was filmed. You know, I think 2 days after I topped. Look at these top plants compared to this. These have, look at this, 1 or 2 inches off the ground. This is a khaki boot, by the way. This is actually this is a ridiculously hot pepper. It's my top 2 or 3 hottest peppers I ever had. Which it's Ink Gardener's Cross. I don't know what they crossed it with, how they back crossed it, what they did, but that thing is brutal. So, anyways, the why not? Yeah, um, I guess it earned its name today. Why not? Anyways, guys, yeah, it's just I'm not down, and trust me, I don't want nobody. If people want to come in the comment section and scream at me about filming and stuff, go right ahead. But I don't care. I don't mind that kind of stuff. Um, but I'm just saying, for me, it did not work as good. Okay, and I filmed a whole flat, a whole tray. And what happened when you film is the canopy grows back right here, and then this stuff doesn't get any light. And so I guess you're supposed to film and then start trimming those pieces back also, but it's not, I don't see the sense. I just see this working out faster and better, and actually too fast. I've topped these plants when they were smaller, I mean a month ago, and I kind of wish that I would have waited like another week or two at this point because they are just massive. I'm running out of space, and that's one reason why I'm doing this is because I'm fine. I could flick the buds off, and I still have about some places 4, some places 6 inches till they get too close to the lights. Um, but it's not just about it's not just about running out of space. I don't want these plants maturing this fast. It's March. I'm going outside with them April 15th, 16th, 17th, one of those dates. That's a month away. So basically, I want these plants to continue to bush out. Also, I want these plants to just be monsters. And I mean, you guys see they are monsters. I mean, look at this. Look at how thick and sturdy these stalks are. Nothing's gonna blow that over. These plants are not being staked, and that's that. So this is that khaki boot. Let's go in and trim her down. This is gonna hurt, man. I really don't want to touch this plant, but it's got to be done. Look at it. That's like a whole pepper plant right there. I mean, it's got the Y. It's just one of the main branches. It's got the Y right there and everything. That thing would produce fruit like crazy. But guess what? It'll also do the same thing after I butcher it. Look at that. Yeah, it's kind of horrifying. Now I will say this: the only reason it's horrifying to me is there were a couple plants that I pruned really aggressively, and the new growth just grew back way too tight. I should have got in there and plucked some of it out, and everything kind of crowded each other. And there's a bud. Look at, no, we don't want that. Yeah, with this one, this is a monster. And Tammy said that this is consistent. So her plants are looking like this too. This is actually, I'm going to tell you a story about this pepper. So I got a mixed box of pods from Inked Gardener, and they had a whole bunch of peppers, and they put one of their hottest peppers in there. They put a couple of them anyway. One of them was their test pepper. It's top secret. They weren't telling anybody the name of it, or anything like that. So, but me and my wife ate one of those test peppers, and I bit the tip off of it, You know, I didn't get bite in the placenta. I was scared of it, and it lit me up. um, Look at that. So look at how much I trimmed that plant down, guys. You see, I still got my three main stalks, right? And nice growth. This thing will grow back, and it'll be right where it was just now in 2 weeks. So yeah. What do we got here? What's this crazy looking thing? Okay, this plant here, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what it is, but I know what it might be. I know what it's supposed to be, but it's something happened to it. So this was. Oh, let me get back to the khaki boot story. Sorry about that. All right, khaki boot. Got this mixed box from Ink Gardener. Mrs. Bull caught me reviewing these pods. There was a green pepper in there. And me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm thinking, man, that I'll eat that at work tomorrow. That can't be that hot because it's green. You know, I know my wife likes all the hotter ones. And I don't have the tolerance. She does. So I brought it to work and I went live from my work computer on my lunch break. And I cut it in half down the middle and showed people, and it had like crazy oil in it. And I ate that. I bit into that, and man, I was on fire like never before. It was one of the, if not the worst burn I've ever had. It was intense. It was terrible. It was actually scary. I thought my throat was gonna close. It was burning so bad. I was like, holy cow! But um, yeah. So Mike and Tammy from Gardner, they seen the video. I'm like, wow, bro, that thing got you lit. Yeah. And then Chris Miller ate one, and it tore him up. I think he said it's the hottest pepper he's ever had. So, anyways, I saved half of that pepper for Mrs. Bolkow. So when I get home, she could try it. Um, and lo and behold, I was at work and I had some hot dogs and I just didn't have anything. I wanted to just spice them up. So what did I do? I took that little half of pepper I was going to save for her and I cut it up and put it on my hot dogs. But when I did, I took like 5 seeds from it, set them on a paper plate, and threw them up in the shelf at work. Um, and then I found them a couple weeks later and was like, "Oh yeah, this was hot." I'm like, "Oh man, I'll save a couple seeds." And so yeah, that's that. And the thing's gonna be brutal. This right here is, well, you got to get trimmed back, buddy. Holy cow! Look at this. Look at that. Look at that massive Y. Yeah. Imagine that would just be the main stock with one Y, but there's a whole bunch of them. This is insane. Woohoo! Look at this. Look at this. I just cut everything off. So what this is this is an Andes Unreaper, the red one, and there's confusion about it. This basically what happened was last year somebody sent me some peppers. This pepper was marked, was actually labeled. They had nice little labels on them. This pepper was marked as a Andes Red Unreaper, and so we actually, me and my wife reviewed it. It burned the hell out of us. But then the guy that sent it to me said, hey, that's V2. No, I don't think he meant F2 because that pepper I think's been out for a little while. But he said that's V2. So I'm imagining he's saying version 2 because that's what most people. And I said, oh, okay, and whatever. I already did the review. The video was up. I might have went back and edited the title and put V2. I don't know. Maybe that's just. But I believe V2 may mean that it just came out different than the other ones. I checked the pheno, online, and mine looked a little bit funkier. And so whatever the case may be, I actually had saved a couple seeds from it just for the heck of it. It was really, really hot. And since it's something different and it was also not isolated, I'm just going to see what it is, man. You guys have heard me through this whole video. I've talked about isolated seeds, what I got from Jimmy Pickles. They're isolated. But you know what? hey, I like a little mystery sometimes too. So that's why I'm doing the Get Joed contest, coming out of my pocket for that to give somebody something nice. So this is a yeah, this is it's a V2 Andy's Unreaper. So this one didn't get as many stocks as the other ones. If you guys see how this turned out, um, it got well, yeah, but it's got this main stalk coming there, and then this one. So this is another one that did that regenerating thing. That's the main stalk where I topped it was here. Well, actually, I topped it. It did create two. So there was one there and one there, and I just cut that one off. So I think this will come back just fine. Maybe I should have left that Y there. Maybe not. But I'm at this point, I don't really care. I have one of these plants. I gave one to one of my buddies to grow. And we're just gonna see what it is. It's just a V2 Red Unreaper. So we don't know much about that plant. We know it's a guy from Andy from Alabama. Nobody really knows what the cross is. So here's a golden primatali. These are also from Jimmy Pickles. I just topped this one like a week ago. So you see how good it's doing? Yeah, I'm not gonna have to top this again right now. But what you can do if you're getting massive growth like that, you can go in and prune this for sure. Like, see how I got this main leaf here? I don't need that no more. That's what I left so that it would photosynthesize because none of this was here. That's all new growth. Another thing, so guys, let me get back to. I know I'm kind of rambling here, and this is why I'm doing a live. Hopefully, this video quality, comes out good. But another reason why you'd want to double prune is because there is no more first growth on these plants. What's left of that is second growth, and then anything that comes out of that after that is going to be third growth. It's really strong. Every time you do this, the leaves come out thicker. So yeah, and this is all second growth on this plant. Look at this thing. Isn't that beautiful? That right there, my friends, is a big peach mama. Yeah. That is I'll tell you right now, if you like peach pods, I'm kind of 50-50. There's some peach pods that I like and some that I don't know. They're a little bitter to me. Yeah, so but all right. Oh, so this is something else you can do. Oh crap. Well, I don't know. I just want to show you guys when you film kind of it's like this. Yeah, it's just like you're just leaving that, but you're just cutting the tips, the leaf off. Yeah, I just filmed the plant for you. This one's budding. It's budding pretty good. We don't want that. I'm not sure. This one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to trim it up. I just took the top off, but I don't know. I like that Y. I like that Y there. I think this was a filmed one, I believe. I'm so sorry. This was a filmed one. I don't mind the Y. It's a little high up. I'd like it to be lower, but I think that this one is getting good undergrowth. So there's another main stalk down here right now. So yeah, I might have to trim some of this middle kind of stuff off here just to get light down in. This is where you call stripping, as Jimmy Pickles would say, topping and stripping. And so, yeah, this is a big peach mama. I only have one plant of this. No big deal. It was something that I reviewed last year. Me and Mrs. Bolkow got lit off of it. This thing burned us. And it wasn't bad as far as I remember. I think I liked it decently. But they are big and they are peach. And since they give birth to little plants, they are mamas. So it's the big peach mama. All right, yeah, big peach mama. This is why the thing with the FIM though, you see, I'm not getting them as low as these and bushy as the ones I top because it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know. I'm new to it, guys, so forgive me on the fimming ordeal. These are going under light, so I don't want to spray too much water on them. I don't spray my plants down like a lot of people do. Just when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm traumatizing the plant, you know? All right. Whoa, look at what we got here, guys. This is another. Okay, so I'm glad. This is why I remember I brought these over. This is another femmed one. And they're just not as, I don't know. It's not working out as good because, look, they're getting the Y the same as if I didn't top it at all. But then the undergrowth is just starving for light. So I guess, if you film, you got to go in and top again, which I just think is pointless. I'm sorry. I just would rather. See, I just topped that plant. I mean, pretty much I just topped the both stalks. So, yeah, I guess I don't know. You got to get light to the middle. So, but I have people sold on filming. Hey, you want to film? Go right ahead, buddy. More power to you. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just telling you what works for me. Okay? That plant is a Mad Balls chocolate. It's actually one of the it's one of the better chocolate pods that I've had. It's got it's hot as hell. And we opened a couple of them up and they were just full of oil. And they didn't have they didn't taste. I don't like a chocolate bootleg, chocolate reaper, chocolate beruga. Can't stand those peppers. This one did not have as bad of a taste like that. So yeah, it's had a better flavor for a chocolate pod. Mad Balls chocolate. So and this is another one that I only did one of. You'll see I have multiple Golden Primatales, White Knights, VOC Orange Primo. Those plants I have multiples of them. But when it comes to the one-off stuff, it's just the kind of stuff you're like, oh man, yeah, I want one plant of that. It made the cut at least. I have thousands of seeds and different stuff that I did not germinate at all. So, all right, Golden Primatale, and why not? Why not? So yeah, guys, we are doing big things. Purple Orange Reaper in a building. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I have been live for 45 minutes now. I love you guys. And just tune back in. Hopefully this video came out all right. I have not gone live from mobile before. I've done it from my computer at work. It's pretty good from that because it's a hardwired connection. But I just want to I just kind of wanted to hang out with you guys today and kind of just talk. That's why I did a longer video. If this video sucks, guess what I got to do? Pull out another tray and top them and record it for you guys. So God bless Uncle Bull Cow. I'm out.